Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in, right? So Mr. Z isn't scheduled for another, what, 20 some odd minutes? Why am I starting so early? Well, I have time. Right? So I have a bit of time. And I might have to get out of here a little bit earlier. So we are starting now. So yeah, just like that. Um, so for the links I have, and I didn't get to listen to all of Hood Conservative, right? I got to listen to a good chunk of it, at least a third of it, at least a third, right? Of Hood Conservative stream. I finished listening to Obsidian stream, and I listened to the little clip from Kim Foster, and obviously I have Get on My Level from Trillville. This is height of crunk era. For those of us Xers, millennials, we remember this song. Shout out to us. Um, and the reason why I have Get on My Level, and the reason why I have the Kim Foster clip, which is less than 2 minutes long. If y'all want to go hurry up and watch that, it's the first link. Like I said, it's less than 2 minutes long, right? And the reason why I have that is the black woman's burden. For those of us that know the term, the white man's burden, this is white people during the age of colonialism trying to, pass it off as really what they're doing is attempting to civilize the savage masses. Of course, civilizing, quote unquote, civilizing black people was part of this project, right? The white man's burden. Yes. So the black woman's burden. The black woman's burden is to civilize the black man. If you listen to Kim Foster speak, she's kind of coming off like that, right? So even when they're like saying, we still gotta love them, and we still gotta be like, ooh, okay, you know what? We still gotta salvage some of you. Some of you are salvageable. We're gonna try to salvage you. It's coming off very paternalistic, right? Very paternalistic, very condescending, and it's coming off kind of colonial, right? The black woman's burden. And it's the black woman's burden to try to civilize you, black man, right? Particularly black women on the left, right? They got to get you out of that patriarchal thinking, even though Kim Foster does not want to admit that the way she speaks about men and class is, and we're not linking class to patriarchy exactly, but yeah, it comes off real patriarchal. Uh-huh. Yeah. Right? There's some real ugly parts of what black women advocate for and what black women want, including black women of your class, including black women exactly like you, Miss Kim Foster. That's real patriarchal. It's real interesting hearing y'all talk and be so anti-patriarchy right until it comes time to start speaking about you in particular and your love life and what you desire. Start sounding real patriarchal, right? Y'all could try to rebrand it any way y'all want. Like I said, patriarchy by feminist specifications. There's a reason why I say it, right? So also is the Ebony K. Williams clip. That's why I have Hood Conservatives stream and Obsidian stream up there, because I couldn't find it. I went searching, right? I searched their Instagram page. I searched their YouTube page. I searched other people's pages to see if they just have that segment or if there wasn't too much commentary. Nope. So I even checked their other page on Instagram. Yes, the Grill has like 2 pages on Instagram. Can't find it. So I have to link Hood Conservative and Obsidian stream. Yeah, and y'all could search for it in the clip of Ebony K. Williams essentially saying, black men are jealous of black women's progress, and the way it's perceived in the black man demographic is that black women are getting these baubles from the Democrats, and one of the most open kept secrets, or one of the open kept secrets in the black community is that black women and black men kind of vote a little different because we want different things. And she does the whole Cicely Tyson ladder thing, which is black men are above black women, right? And she really thinks it's debatable whether white women are above black men or black men are above white women. But oh my god, y'all are so smart, y'all dumb. Right, like, okay. Okay, I'm trying. This is a person that's been to India. This is a person that's traveled. This is supposed to be our educated class to Chapel Hill, and it's debatable for her whether white women have more position than black men do. Jesus Christ, right? It's debatable. It's debatable for her. She don't know. God help us. God help us. These are our educated class of people in the black community, right? Ebony K. Williams and the like, right? So, I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. So continuing. Let's just continue. What we're dealing with now, it's a project of black women attempting to civilize black men. And you hear it when Kim Foster speaks. We got to essentially bringing black men up to speed, right? Bringing black men up to speed, essentially, right? Stripping black men of this patriarchal understanding of manhood and masculinity and incentivizing them with what exactly? That's what y'all running into, Ebony K. Williams and Kim Foster. Fine, let's strip them of patriarchy and get them to believe in the matriarchy that we're going to call egalitarianism. We don't believe you. It's that simple. We don't believe you. Right? We're trying to, dear black men, don't you get it? We're trying to let go of this patriarchy that you failed at anyway. I mean, you're not the white man. Let go of these aspirations of white patriarchy and join us over here in the gynocracy that we're going to call egalitarianism. Right? No, black men ain't signing up for it, bro. They're not. They don't believe you. And y'all have done a crap job. Okay. Let me get this right. Our way of getting black men to let go of this toxic patriarchal understanding of relationships and of community and of black male, black female, gender dynamics and everything, and of leadership, etc., etc. Our way of doing that is by chastising them and berating them and insulting them, right? That's what it is. So I guess like I said, the black woman's burden is to attempt to civilize black men, right? Especially for black women that lean to the left, right? Civilize black men in our ways of viewing, men, which are essentially on and off switch patriarchs. The switch is usually off until the ish hits the fan, and then it's on. And I need you to do something like manly, traditionally masculine, like now, now. Right? What did homegirl say on, was it the Daily Wrap Up crew? Protect, provide, and shut up. Huh. Right? They don't want to own that that's how they sound. Y'all sound like colonialists 300 and 400 years ago. right? The black woman's burden to attempt to civilize these wayward, mouth-breathing idiots called black men, right? These primitives, right? Which are going to start calling us the local soon, right? We're attempting to civilize you, you wayward black men. So Kim Foster goes on to critique um, um, the divestors and the swirlers, and say that's not feminism. And yeah, they for many of them, they know that. Now, yes, you do have some of them that try to marry the two, try to marry feminism and black female empowerment with the white male's penis. Yes, you have, but for the most part, dear Kim Foster, the Chrissies in her ilk, they don't hear nothing y'all talking about with this feminism stuff. Anyway, their black female empowerment is very individualistic, and it's about black individual women getting the best that they can in this current environment. And of course, that's going to lead them right under the white man's scrotum. Yeah, they're okay with ending up with a non-black man, a Latino descent, or an Asian man, or maybe even a highly successful black man. But for the most part, it's going to lead them under a very particular type of white man scrotum. But let's be very clear, they're willing to take almost any white man because, the white skin pays in dividends. Right? So no, they don't really ride with this feminism that you're talking about. That sounds like struggle. That sounds like work. That sounds, well, wait for it, masculine. Right? So we just got to be honest that these women ain't trying to do what you're talking about, Miss Foster. But we have bigger fish to fry, like your framing, right? So you can't glean too much from what Kim Foster said here. You can glean a lot, but at the same time you can't, because it's only 2 minutes and we don't know from what stream what she said after that. But what you can glean from this sounds very, once again, colonial. It sounds once again very, we're on the right side of history, and this 5 years, this is what really grinds Mr. Z's gears. Both from Ebony K. Williams and from Kim Foster, it's this assumption that black women are on the right side of history. Black men are defective, black women aren't, and black women are on the right side of history. Black women have this right assessment of where we are in the world correct, and black men, if they are to be these kind of modern men, modern beings, not even men, because what's a man, right? It's to get down with what black women are assuming, what black women think and feel is correct. It is quite, once again, not only insulting, but very paternalistic, right? It's very, very paternalistic. The assumption that black women have it right and black men have it wrong and have always had it wrong, right? Get on black women's level. That's why I have the song from Shrillville up there, right? And let black women civilize you, right? So this is something that black men are this is something that we're gonna have to grapple with. You're definitely gonna see an uptick in this, I assume, during this election. Apparently, Ebony K. Williams did not get the memo with black men's response to Tiffany Cross this previous election? Apparently she didn't get the memo. The era of speaking about black men like they're these mouth-breathing idiots who need to be civilized by black women because black women know best. Yeah, we're just not in that era anymore. The era of black women using a larger microphone, whether it's a well-to-do black man's microphone and Byron Allen or some white dude's microphone, right? And Ted Turner, the era of black women using whichever one of these entertainment houses or microphone to loud talk over black men and dictate to black men what is correct and what is incorrect, that era is over. But apparently Ebony K. Williams did not get the memo. Right? Apparently she didn't get the memo. Whether we're on MSNBC or CNN or HLN or Fox News or the Griot or whichever one of these more online publications, nope. Right? The framing of this is insane. It's always black women on the right side of history and black men aren't. I think I've said this before. The framing is black women want justice. Black women want peace. Black women want equality. Black women want fairness. Excuse me. And black men want all of the baubles and the access and all the negative liberty that comes with white male patriarchy, just painted black. Right? Black men want to be white men, while black women want all they just want justice and fairness and freedom, right? Now you let Ebony K. Williams speak long enough, and she starts sounding just like Yanni. I'm a kept woman. I can keep myself, right? I do well enough to keep myself and have myself live in lavish, but I need a man that can provide me more. Isn't that what you said on Horrible Decisions, Miss Ebony K. Williams? Huh. So these people keep on speaking like this, right? Their burden. Oh man, look at the heavy lifting. Oh, I'm gonna have to civilize black men because they don't know any better, or they're so stubborn. Look at them. Oh, look at those little black men scurrying about trying to be white men and failing at it. Failing at white patriarchy. Oh, silly black men. Don't you know patriarchy's for white men? Right? Why don't you come over here to the matriarchy gynocracy that we're going to rebrand egalitarianism? Right? Let us civilize you in the ways of this faux egalitarianism we got over here. Right? You're not a real man anyway, right? Even the framing, even when fascinating, even when Kim Foster is attempting to tell you, look, we gotta still look out for black men. There are men. We still gotta look out for them. Even in that, the framing is because they're defective. We got to civilize them. They're too dumb to realize what they're doing. They're too dumb to realize we're trying to help them. They're too dumb and too stubborn to get it. Dear black man, we're just trying to look. You know, some of you are salvageable. Literally in the beginning of her statement, she has to tell other black women that swirling divestment thing y'all doing over there, and that ain't real black feminism. Why do you have to say that, Kim Foster? Oh, because they want a certain brand of masculinity and manhood. Y'all got to be honest that black women and other women don't want to do this heavy lifting y'all talking about. They don't want to pay half the bills at a home. That's the wall that y'all keep on running into, Kim Foster. Right? Ebony K. Williams want to talk about saying the quiet part out loud. No, the wall y'all keep on running into is that women, when faced with half the damn bills, are saying, yeah, no, I didn't sign up for this part of equality. This is where I can do bad all by myself comes in. They could find all type of weird ways of saying it. I was speaking to a cousin not too long ago, and she was trying to find all type of weird. Well, yeah, well, okay. Well, the issue is, the issue is, you know, because we're gonna be the primary caretakers anyway. So, like, yeah, you know, it's not patriarchy. It's yeah, y'all should make a little bit more because we're gonna be the ones, you know, really taking care of the kids and probably cleaning the house. Oh, so that's how y'all trying to phrase it now, right? So this is y'all little slick ass way of saying patriarchy without patriarchy. Huh. Right? And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. So even when we get to the nitty gritty and say, all right, let's, and this is the issue that all of you, particularly even in the black, you know, the black side of this conversation, this is when y'all gonna keep on running into this wall, because the second y'all start telling black women what's not gonna come, right, or what egalitarianism really look like, they don't want to sign up for that, and y'all know they don't. That's why y'all never talk to black women. And maybe Kim Foster, you are on your Patreon, possibly, right? Maybe I'm missing it because you're holding off that type of critique for your Patreon so that it doesn't come off like you're being too harsh to black women, possibly. But for what I'm seeing, oh yeah, y'all refuse to talk to women in general, but black women specifically. This is where Anne Marie Slaughter comes in. She tell you straight. This is a middle-aged white woman. I tell you straight up, yeah. When I tell women that, hey, if you want to have the C-suite and you want to have the corner office and you want to be superwoman and you want to be captain of industry, when I tell them, oh yeah, but so that means your man is gonna probably have to take a back seat in his career, and he's gonna be probably be the primary caregiver, and he's gonna be the one to have to put his career maybe on hold or whatever. Yeah, that's when they jump off the train, and that's a white middle-aged woman telling you, yeah, that's when women, probably mainly white women, say, yeah. On that note, yeah, nope. Y'all gotta be honest. Black women are the same. That's why y'all don't talk to black women about that. That's why y'all are incessantly badgering black men. Miss Ebony K. Williams. So now that we're really starting to see why she said what she said to Lauren on the Breakfast Club, nah, even with that, so even if your man has a college degree, right? Even if he went to Ivy League, if y'all both decide that you're gonna be the one to pursue your career, then guess what? Yes, he still has to be the one to say, all right, then I'll slow up on mine. Women ain't signing up for that. That's why Lauren kept on giving you the pushback. Because when Lauren is trying to say to you, Miss Ebony K. Williams, maybe you don't get it, is no, I want to go full steam ahead, and I need magically for whatever man I'm with to do better than me. Magically, somehow, he got to earn more than me. Kim Foster, Ebony K. Williams, y'all are always going to run into that wall right there. FD Signifier, T1J, foreign man in a foreign land, right? Consciously, that's the wall y'all keep on running into that y'all don't want to actually say out loud. Kim Foster she danced on it just a little bit. The women that signed up for patriarchy, uh-oh, right? But no, Kim Foster, you could quit it with your black women's burden, particularly black women on the left's burden on quote unquote civilizing black men. And that's not the word she used, but that's the sentiment, right? Imagine speaking about black men like we need to be salvaged. Wow. Black men need to be salvaged. There's a couple of us that are salvageable. What type of colonial language? God, wow. This is the type of stuff you learn at Harvard, Miss Foster? Right? Wow. So no, I categorically reject this. I categorically reject this framing, both from Miss Foster and from Miss Williams. This idea that black men are jealous of black women's success. No, black men have stood by for the past 50 years and watched how successful black women like you, Miss Williams, have spoken about and to black men. Your condescending, demeaning, paternalistic attitude, that's what we have an issue with, not with your success. That's the part you refuse to acknowledge. Your project is to be a upper middle class and above white woman. Right? With all the trappings, including the ability to condescend and belittle, obviously, black men. Right? We are not jealous of your success. No. The fact that women like you, Tiffany Cross, Kim Foster, right? Gayle King, Oprah, Maxine Waters. The fact like that women like you like to condescend down to black men. Y'all forgot what Michael Steele said years ago? Paraphrasing, ask black women who black men are going to vote for. Black women tell black men who they're going to vote for. That was a Republican, right? Helped to rebuild the Republican Party after Barack Obama got elected, right? Who told you black women tell black men who they're going to vote for? Right? And so Ebony K. Williams is not trying to frame it like that. So she's trying to frame it like we're jealous of black women, that black men are jealous of black women. No, frame it correctly. Black men think they can think for their own now. And so, yeah, who the hell are you? You done got too big for your britches. Right? call a thing a thing. You know, and every time I reframe these things, for some reason, I think about Kevin C shouting me out for trying to decipher, right, what these women are really saying. Not the words, but the message behind the words. And it's very interesting how they frame it, because you got to remember the constant victim complex, which Ebony K. Williams espoused right here. Black women are the ladder, but yet they're out competing black men. What? Do you even understand how you kind of contradicted yourself here? Right? So let me get this right. Black men are blaming the Democratic Party for black women's success, and black women are at the bottom of the ladder, but somehow they're doing better than black men. They're buying more homes than black men. They have more college degrees than black men, right? So, dear black women, once again, it's the same question. How are black men trying to hold on to an oppressive system that's benefiting you? That's the question, Ebony K. Williams. So either you're on the bottom or you're not. How are you out competing black men, but then you're on the bottom of the ladder? Right? You're on the bottom of this pyramid scheme, of this hierarchy. Right? You're on the bottom of the hierarchy, but yet you're out competing black men in this system as it currently stands. How is this possible? Right? And excuse the rain, y'all, the background, because it is South Florida, so of course it's been raining for 2 days straight. Of course it has. Right? So, you know, this project of attempting to quote unquote civilize black men, right, is insane. Brother, you're going to have to tell me how to pronounce that. Right? Spell it out for me. Treat me like I'm 5. Right? But yeah, so we have this we're, I definitely wanted to come to y'all with this tonight, because the video from Kim Foster, I saw it. I saw it like what, 2 months ago or something like that. But watching the clip from Obsidian and from Hoodservative, it reminded me of Kim Foster, and it essentially it screamed the white man's burden, but black woman, right? The white man's burden painted black woman, where really black women are trying to hoard all of the boons, all of the gains from the civil rights movement. They're trying to take as much off the table of intersectionality as humanly possible, right? While saying, oh, but what we're really trying to do is we're trying to civilize black men, right? It's just like what the colonial powers did back in the day. The white man's burden is to attempt to civilize all of these, savages, while they really are exploiting, pillaging, and graping everywhere they go. I'm just going to say Lin Yora. I'm just going to say Lin Yora. Lin Yora, yeah, I think, yeah. We're just going to do that. Right? And thank you for the super sticker, brother. Thank you. Right? And I know you've been here before. I know you've been here before. I remember the name. I remember the name. You want to know what this grinds my gears? The assumption that black women are on the right side of history and black men aren't. Especially over the past 4 or 5 decades, they have really not had to grapple with what black men think and feel and how that might actually affect them in politically and socially. The Ebony K. Williams types and the Kim Foster types, they really don't know what to do with the fact that black men might have something else to say. Shout out to Andre 3000. The South has something to say. They never thought they would be here. And I'm not particularly talking about them. I'm talking about their ideology that goes back, decades. Right? That's why I continue to say the internet has democratized the town square. Right? Huh. The paternalism is insane. Both from Ebony K. Williams and Ebony K. You could see her like attempting to like backhand, not even backhand insult, but like in a weird way, like backhand shame black men. And it really, once again, is from this. We're jealous of them. They're working hard. We don't see the work hard, right? What we see is handouts from the Democratic Party. That's causing black women to elevate, and then we're jealous of them. We're jealous of the elevation because we don't see the work ethic. And once again, brother Linyora, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. Right? And because black women, and this is standpoint theory to the nth degree, because of where black women stand at the intersection of race, gender, right? Maybe class, maybe sexual orientation, because they sit in this intersection, it causes them to have a more just worldview. Right? Unlike black men who can still aspire for a particular form of white masculinity painted black, of white patriarchy painted black. And that skews or completely blinds, better yet, black men, right? Black women don't have no such issue. Because once again, black women are attempting to make this country and this world a more just place. White men going there, black men on the other hand are just trying to be white men. So shout out to Kim Foster by trying to make this distinction between the swirlers and divestors and her particular brand of black feminism. Without realizing the paternalism in her statement itself. How the framing of her statement is very condescending. Which leads us right into Ebony K. Williams. And her boy, if condescending had a face in the dictionary, it'd be Ebony K. Williams. Think about that. Black men are jealous of black women's progress, and we blame the Democratic Party for it. Our issue isn't with black women like Ebony K. Williams and them framing everything that's going on negative in the black community as black men not following behind black women like her, even though she says that's not what I'm trying to say. In other words, she does this thing where it's like, hey, I'm not gonna do what Tiffany Cross did, but I'm gonna kind of do what Tiffany Cross did, right? I know better than to do what Tiffany Cross did, but I'm going to do exactly what Tiffany Cross did. Just reword it. Tiffany Cross was telling y'all to get in line next to behind black women. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to skip over your head and tap on white daddy's shoulder. White daddy on the left, the left-leaning white daddy, not the right-leaning white daddy. That's what Candace Owens does. I'm going to go to the left-leaning white daddy and say, look. I think we should just try to find a way around them because, you know, they're trying to be like the white daddy on the right. Right? Huh. Wow. So 20% of black men potentially voting Republican has Ebony K. Williams coming out here and pretty much saying we're jealous of black women and we want to punish the Democratic Party because black women are succeeding, instead of being honest that the reason why possibly, and actually one of the reasons why, is because of black women like her who think they know better for black men what's best for black men than black men do for themselves. Right? Y'all really still don't know what to do with the fact that the internet and social media has democratized the town square, and black men have a voice now where they don't necessarily have to go directly to white men on these talk shows, on these news shows, news channels, right? They don't have to go there anymore to have what they're saying chopped and screwed, and so they can be shamed and insulted and cajoled a particular way. No, they don't have to do that anymore. And y'all still don't know how to y'all still haven't fully grappled with the fact that, yeah, the internet has allowed every person to have their little soapbox, including black men. Right? So now what? So, you know, I'm not gonna belabor it too much. I think this project of attempting to quote unquote civilize black men, right? The black woman's burden. It's the black woman's burden. Listen to Kim Foster speak. Right? We're messing up, and it's like, ooh, okay. I could salvage somebody in there is salvageable. Wow. Right? And I'm gonna give Kim Foster chance. You know, obviously time to evolve on this because just a couple years ago, She was talking about not showing up to protests and because black men this and black men that. That's not the way you sounding now. And if you change your mind and just say that, what gets Z, and this is why it's good that I do these lives. Y'all can see, y'all can correct me live while I'm doing the live, right? Or I say, hey, by the way, we got some new information. This is the new stuff. When I say someone like when I mispronounce someone's name or I get some type of information wrong or whatever, I don't just get to smooth transition like that just didn't happen. Like I just didn't say what I said 10 minutes ago. If I evolve on something, I say it. What these people are doing is they don't say, you know what? Okay, look, I was really angry. My love life was trash. I was really angry at black men. So I was saying, screw that. They not showing up for us this way. You know, I'll just step over their dead bodies when they die, when they get murdered by the police. Because you got to know when women of Kim Foster's class, particularly, I'm speaking about black women, right? Black women of Kim Foster's class or that have Kim Foster's class aspiration, when she says what she said on that, you know, I don't show up for, I don't go to protest for black men because they don't show up for us this way. What they're really saying is, screw them niggas. I'm step over their dead bodies. Yeah, they don't show up for me this particular way, the way I want them to. So I'm perfectly okay with stepping over their dead bodies. Screw them niggas. And I'm really not saying that how it need to be said, because it's really F them Negroes. And Negroes ain't the word. Right? Parrish just had the ovaries to just say it and dance on Terry Nichols' grave. Right? And they all really had the ovaries when Kevin died. When Kevin Samuels died, oh, they would be, yeah. Right? So this paternalism that comes from Kim Foster, the question then becomes, what are black women wrong about when it comes to black men? That needs to be like the ultimate question. What can you admit you are wrong about that's detrimental to black men that black women have been perpetuating? Uh-oh. The question for Kim Foster and Ebony K. Williams, particularly Kim Foster in this sense, is are black women impervious? Are they immune to white portrayals of success and white portrayals of masculinity and white portrayals of power, right? White portrayals of patriarchy. Are black women immune, including black women exactly like you, including you? Because we let you and Ebony K. Williams talk, and once again, standpoint theory comes in and intersectionality comes in, right? And because black women are black plus women, maybe LGBTQ, et cetera, they just have a better view of all of this than everyone, especially black men, right? And then that allows for black women to discount everything black men are and what black men aspire for, because all black men aspire for is to be chocolate dipped white patriarchs. Ain't that right? Meanwhile, whenever black women start speaking, even black women exactly like you, Miss Foster, we let them talk long enough and white patriarchy is going to start slipping out their mouth. There's a pun in there. Right? We let them talk long. Now y'all can try to reframe it all you want, because and this is not just a black woman thing. This is a woman thing. That reframing, boy, they masters at that. That's not what I'm asking for. You let them talk long enough and they'll describe exactly the same thing you just told them. Right? And for those of you that don't know, boy, they're going to take all the alphabets. And Lithium says the Western LGBTQIA is even more gynocentric than the straight world. And for you, those of you that don't know what the IA is, it's intersect and asexual. I only know because y'all know I had worked for the Florida Democratic Party, and one of my gay co-workers, gay homeboys at the time, said it to me, and I said the same thing I said that to y'all. That was back in 2016. I still remember what I told him. I was like, God damn, they can take the whole alphabet. And he laughed. Right? Yes, y'all. The whole hey, 26 letters in the alphabet, and how many we got at LGBTQIA with? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So essentially, we only got a fourth of the alphabets. Right? We got a quarter of the alphabets already. Right? So, I'm about to end out. Don't forget P. Where did P come from? Wait, GC. Wait. What's the new? Wait. What did I miss? This is new to me. And the plus. Oh God. Oh no. Oh please, no more, no mas. Oh, pansexual. You're right. You're right. Actually, yes, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Poly is the. Bruh. I'm still here, y'all. I'm really like paused right now because I didn't think Paulie was there. Hitflix, there's no way you got to be lying. You're joking, right? And Hitflix is, I thought I heard they were adding an E for Unix, bruh. I mean, but what about if the Unix are straight though? I mean, like, yeah, they can't have sex, obviously, but like, what about if they still like kissing on women and maybe going down on women? What about a straight Unix? Would Unix like? Wow. Anyway, all right. I guess we're there now. But in and out. Look, I do see this as a left-leaning project to use black women and really white women's left leaning. This is where Dr. T. Hassan Johnson come in and Dr. Green Gorilla come in, where white women and white men, but white women weaponizing elite black women, sort of petite bourgeoisie and the straight up bourgeoisie of black women, although it's arguable whether there's a real black bourgeoisie. There is, but there's a conversation to be had about that. But the petite bourgeoisie of the black community, particularly the left-leaning ones, particularly the women, as agents to quote unquote civilize those savages called black men, particularly blue collar, working class black men, who unfortunately for them now have their own voice because of social media and the internet. So this is where Kim Foster and Ebony K. Williams come in because it's their job to either hush us up or to civilize us, right? And I got to think about that. And GC says, random question, Z, are there any points that Doc Johnson makes that you disagree with? I got to think about that, right? Lithium says, boule roly poly, right? Not roly poly, the boule bird. Shout out to Professor Black Truth and to Tariq Nasheed and Jason Black, because I think they all have used that at least once, right? Definitely Professor Black Truth. Yeah. So, um, yeah, this project is of bringing black men up to speed. This is where once again I have get on my level. Bringing black men up to speed and black women civilizing black men, right? The black woman's burden, right? The black woman's burden, and what Kim Foster described is really called that really is the black woman's burden. That really is white society, um, right, international white society, um, a few centuries ago, in the way they were speaking about the burden of civilizing these savages, right, in different peoples of color around the planet. So that, yeah, that includes you, African and African descent people, right? As a matter of fact, General Lee, um, from my understanding, in his private writings, was speaking about that when it came to disciplining, beating slaves, right? It was part of our civilizing process, right? Part of the civilizing process is to beat the crap out of your slaves, right? So, listening to Kim Foster speak and then Ebony K. Williams speak, that's all it is, right? And they're both pretty much speaking to the stubbornness of black men for not getting down and laying down, right? Getting down and following behind the lead of black women. In Kim Foster's case, she's trying to make a distinction between her and the swirlers and divestors. But Ebony K. Williams, she's just straight up saying, like, 20% of these black men, especially, they just pretty much are jealous of successful black women, right? Yeah, GC, I agree with this. And GC says they haven't realized that going at black men in this way just makes more of us want to vote against them. Yeah, right. And it's gonna be real interesting to see as this election season heats up what the talking heads on black media are going to say about black men, particularly the black manosphere. It's going to be interesting to see who finally acknowledges us, who finally starts saying our name, and definitely how they say our name. Oh, that's going to be the fun part. Whether it's going to be a full sympathetic ear or whether it's going to be Ebony K. Williams full on hammer, right? So, on that note, we'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all have a great, great, great rest of y'all night. Right? We just hit an hour mark, so yeah. And this is absolutely true, Iron Wolf. And Iron Wolf says the irony is they wouldn't respect black men anymore if we just lay down, laughing my butt off. Um, damn if we do, damn if we don't. Exactly. I agree with that. Right? I agree with that 100%. Right? So on that note, everyone, y'all have a great, great, great rest of y'all night. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Better use the reason why I stopped. I'm sorry. And better use says, I'll be real. If F Boy Joe don't pass away before the election, Dims don't have a chance, bruh. Bro. Hey, they they really underestimate how much the perception of the way Trump responded to COVID-19 is much of the reason why they won anyway. Right? Or maybe they realize it and then pretend like they don't. Right? But yeah, we'll see. We will see. But yeah, look, I'm interested in seeing how, once again, these black talking heads speak of black men, speak about black men, speak to black men, particularly the Ebony K. Williams of the world, um, the pundits on CNN and MSNBC. We already know how Fox News is going to speak, but it's going to be real interesting to see how MSNBC pundits and CNN pundits speak, right? Yeah, definitely some of the online publications too, obviously, the TYTs and um and the like, right? So that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, that is gonna be yeah. So on that note, everyone, Black woman's burden is to civilize you, you dusty ninjas. Their burden is to clean you up and wipe you off. Giggity. Um, yeah, their burden is to civilize you, dear black men, right? You dusty ninjas, you. So yeah. And on that note, we will pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. Yeah, because this man, yeah. You want to know what really grinds my gears is black women assuming they are the moral center of the universe and they are on the right side of history, particularly in relation to black men. Jesus, woo! And they watch, and I agree with GC 100%. They watch as black men give them the middle finger by being so pretentious and paternalistic and condescending, and they still don't get it, or they get it but their ego is making them pretend like they don't get it. Either way, good point. Trump is a passport, bro. That part too. Twice. Right? Twice. So yeah. Yeah. Man. Anyway, on that note, y'all have a great, great, great rest of y'all night. Mr. Z out.